All right, guys, we got some CinemaCon trailers to check out today. We shot a couple yesterday. We're going to put those at the end because the bigger ones are here right now. We shot those with Andrew. Today we got Aaron with us.
What's up?
Yeah, so we're going to check out, there's timestamps here in the video if you want to hop around to whichever reaction you want to check out. But we're going to start off with Street Fighter because I love that first trailer. Yes. I put it as my #1 most anticipated movie of the year. And then we'll do Focker-in-Law. Because you guys reacted to that.
That's
you guys
right.
reacted to Meet the Parents movie.
Right. We met the parents.
Baby.
We got Mandalorian and Grogu, the final trailer, reveal the whole movie. And then is there another one that I'm missing here with us? There's like 4. No, am I wrong? All right, that's fine. Okay. And then you guys with Andrew, we're going to have Godzilla -1 and the Hunger Games.
Ah.
All right, let's watch Street Fighter. What you were gonna see the Hadouken?
Oh.
I got good news, y'all.
And Bison.
Gathered here.
Let's go.
Best fighters.
I won't deny I'm a street.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm a
film
Street
grain.
Fighter.
But only one of which.
Kyle, Cammy,
Ooh, she's out. Man.
oh Rock Vega.
Come on. Come on.
Ooh.
You win. Perfect.
Damn, we got ripped.
Warrior anymore, you're a sideshow.
What's
up, MTV? I'm Ken Massey.
Wow.
Nice.
Sorry in the car.
Your shot at redemption.
Ooh. Damn, 50.
Felt
Oh,
that.
Rock knocked him out.
Whoa.
Damn.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
There's not one of combat.
Maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion.
Oh. Ryu and Ken rift.
Love the way it's shot.
How did you find me?
I'm paid to find champions.
He's like, you.
Fascinating.
Lost.
This looks so cool.
This looks like it's gonna have some heart.
1993 World Warrior Tournament.
Yes, dude.
And some humor.
Still reckless. Sit down.
He got him by the toe of his sock.
Made him sit down.
This is not what it seems. We have to be ready.
Like the self-awareness, man.
Let's go, 4 non-blondes. Epic needle drop.
Everyone keeps going on about your thighs.
Woo!
Let me see what the big deal is.
God, the
Oh,
costumes.
nice! Nice! He did the Chun-Li.
Please.
Woo!
Gnarly.
Dude, this looks so sick.
This looks very fun.
What the hell? E-Honda!
Let's go!
Oh.
Good damn shit.
Show
Shoryuken!
Oh my god!
There it is.
I'm positive that a fireball came out of Ryu.
The Hadouken!
Yo.
Let's go!
Nice.
Still my most anticipated movie of the year.
Yes,
Oh, man.
This looks so freaking fun.
That first 1 minute that they showed months ago, I was like, I was obsessed with that trailer, and now I'm even more obsessed. When John and I just got into playing Mortal Kombat, like the story mode, but the one I played up like versing, oh man, Street Fighter, that was my jam.
Oh.
This looks so. This is everything I wanted to be and more. Aaron, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. This is like so exciting. I am actually also probably on the same page as you. I feel more excited for this than I do for the Mortal Kombat movie because there's just an air of fun and self-awareness, and the way that it's shot is very visually appealing. Yeah, it's even though like in the literal sense it doesn't remind me of this, the energy of it, the funness of it kind of reminds me of Guardians in a way.
Sure.
And I just feel like it's fun to get a playful, self-aware, animated yet live action adaptation of something that embraces what the thing is without being ashamed of it, without trying to make it dark or cool or gritty. It just is the thing, and I'm super hyped about that. And I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I am elated. I think the job, of trailers is to get you excited, and it certainly did that for me.
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
Humphrey.
I would agree. 100%. 100% agree. No notes. I'm just so excited. This looks so fun, so colorful. The costuming, the quality that it actually hit me with this time was that, like they've got a little bit of this film grain, they've got a little bit of this color that is like neon and now, but also reminds me of my hope is that whoever directed this grew up on some, cheesy action cinema of the 70s, 80s, etc., because I feel like the cheese is deriving from that, but it looks like the fights will actually be pretty, hard-hitting, and I like the idea of having some degree. I'm like, you're never gonna... It's always a conundrum of how do you make a fight game movie serious like this, and I feel like Mortal Kombat is here to do the gritty thing, whereas Street Fighter can be unbridled camp, and I'm here for that. And
Yeah, man. Tone and vibe. They found a way to make a tone where they can get away with the most ridiculous combo maneuvers without having to travel to another planet or travel to another realm or some shit like that. That's the world of Mortal Kombat. So I used the word realm, but I wasn't thinking of Mortal Kombat. Just saying, usually I have to go someplace else to get away with fucking maneuvers like this. But I like how it's just in our world, but some alt version of our reality. And they have when they're able to do the stuff with the breaking of the car and playing on the things of Ken and Ryu being two versions of has-beens. They know how to set it up where they can do the more goofy, cheesy stuff, but in a way that'll feel goofy and cheesy, but also be simultaneously really cool. This trailer slapped. Combos were here, the way they visualize things to life. I was just so elated the entire time. Some people were like, come on, Greg, how could this be your most anticipated? Then this trailer comes out, I'm like, it's even more my most anticipated. It was different from the first one, which I could see why some people were like, this just looks like a fan trailer. This one looks like a fucking movie.
100%.
This is cinema, baby. This is what I go to the theaters for. I love this trailer so much. I am so happy. Every little bit of combo maneuvers and powers, and Chun-Li looks great. You show up for Ryu and Ken, everyone looks great, but I love how they highlighted Chun-Li, and this is everything I wanted to be. I am so excited. I feel like this is going to be great. I have no worries. And it's visually cool, too. Cinematography-wise, it's really cool, too.
Yeah. It's got some color.
Color, baby.
Yeah, and got some life to it.
And I know,
visual diversity.
And the characters have personality, you know? They're not just doing combos and stuff. I like how there's a self-awareness and layers to their performances. Noah Centineo as Ken was probably the biggest surprise of this trailer. It was oh, shit, no, I'm really into you, actually, man. This looks really cool.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's our thoughts on the Street Fighter trailer. We got a few more to go through here. Which one do you guys vote? Mandalorian Grogu or Focker-in-Law?
Focker-in-Law.
Let's do a Focker cream filling, baby. 1, 2, 3.
We're back in the cave.
Just all the potential new family members with this machine.
Ariana Grande.
Olivia Jones.
Yes.
Whoa.
You love Henry Fokker?
Whoa.
Oh,
Have
wow.
a positive
Jimmy Olsen.
impression of Henry's family so far?
Yes.
Hello. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Sound
They're both gray now.
Used to be in the hot seat.
Would you like to ask me some questions, Greg?
Okay. Olivia, do you think I hold Henry emotionally hostage?
I mean, yeah. You call him Wee Wee?
Wee wee!
Just that a joke about his Wee Wee.
Oh. Nope. No jokes about Henry's little penis. I mean, not little. You probably have more up-to-date info on it. I haven't seen it for a while, so. Dad, please stop talking. All right.
Must cringe with this family.
What do you think of Olivia?
She's adorable, so smart.
Good boy.
Oh, wow.
With one sniff, dogs can tell more about a person's character than a human could.
He likes dogs.
Oh, no.
What happened to the cats?
Yeah, dude.
Greg, but when we first met, I didn't think you were good enough for my pancake.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
He's a powerhouse.
Oh, this guy. Argyle, yeah.
Underestimate me. But actually, I was an FBI hostage negotiator. Badass.
Here comes the airplane.
Nene Feldstein.
I pulled the strings of the hostage takers, like strategic, emotional puppetry. That's how I'm gonna free Henry from you, Greg.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
No, don't break the vase.
Oh no!
Oh my God, you baby birded Grandpa Jay.
Oh my.
I'm gonna ask Olivia to marry me.
What?
Hey, you sure she's the one?
Dad,
Oh golly.
why?
The roles have
I'm a
switched.
little worried about Henry.
He's so innocent.
Ice
He's
bath,
trained
very
to
topical.
manipulate people.
I love the lengths that you go to for your mishpucha.
Mishpucha. That means family in Yiddish. I know.
I'm glad he's back.
I'm considering inviting Olivia into the circle of trust.
Look at the guns on this guy.
Well, thank you for noticing.
Oh my.
Looking good.
You can't just waltz in there. I worked my ass off to get in there.
Should be an interesting weekend.
This is definitely different than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's doing it.
No, it's a tactic. Nah, you won.
I thought this would be an opportunity to get to know me, to bond.
How do you bond with an emotional puppeteer? I won't be your little Pinocchio, Geppetto, evil Geppetto. I'm a real boy.
Oh my
geez.
God.
What's the matter with you, Focker?
John Hamburg.
John Hamburg.
He's a good filmmaker.
Not Jay Roach.
No, I don't think Jay Roach did the third one either.
Oh, that's right. What did John Hamburg do?
Don't ask me on the spot, but I know he's done movies.
Okay, excellent. I feel that.
John,
Yes.
you're the biggest Meet the Parents fan I
I
know.
love it. I love Meet the Parents. I mean, this is a fun franchise. I won't lie and pretend like I didn't grow some affinity for the Fockers at all. But you know, I don't know. This is the kind of movie where I'm like, it'll all come down to what it's like. I'm glad they are back. I like, you know, kind of like a growing ensemble that gets to age over time.
Oh, we did I Love You, Man.
All right, well, that's got my interest a little bit more elevated now. I mean,
That's how I knew the fucking name.
I feel like, sure. Yeah. I love You, Man. This is one of my favorite comedies. I would say that this kind of movie that cuts a specific kind of trailer. So it'll all come down to how the jokes actually fare in the film itself. But, you know, I'm excited. We know Ariana Grande's got some significant comedic chops and can hold her own against veteran actors and whatnot, and that's an exciting prospect. And Skylar Gisondo, too, is very funny and very kind of spontaneous. So I'm excited for the soup of this, even if this is about the trailer I would have expected.
Oh, it's about the trailer? It's a totally different plot than I expected.
Different plot, yeah. Like the whole idea that like she's basically little De Niro at this point, and he's got to kind of contend with that is very fun. I like that idea. But in terms of like the feeling of it, the feeling of like, oh, we're back with the family and there's going to be hijinks. What are they going to do to that dog?
Yeah.
It's like the kinds of situations I would have expected.
Aaron, you look like you got some serious thoughts.
Yeah, mad serious thoughts. Yeah, no, it's just not holding up to the standard of drama I was expecting for the Fockers movie. No, I thought it was cool. It was very Ariana Grande heavy, and you know, I think she's great. I love her as an actress in Wicked, and obviously she's a great musical artist. But yeah, I chuckled a little bit. I think kind of along the lines of what John was saying, I feel like it's maybe it'll play better when the movie itself is unfolding. But I had a few chuckles here and there. It's good to see the characters that we love from the other three movies, and I'm curious to see how they keep these dynamics interesting. I wish the trailer had a little bit more Skylar in it. Yeah, that's his name, right? Skylar.
Yeah.
Jimmy Olsen.
Young Sean from Psych.
Yes, I wish he was a little bit more prominent in it. I want to see like what his relationship is like with his kids, and yeah, I liked it, and yeah, I look forward to watching the movie whenever John and I react to it.
That's right. We're gonna be there.
How'd you feel, man?
I feel like you guys are underwhelmed.
I'm a little underwhelmed.
A comedy trailer that actually is really funny is kind of a rarity, though. Like I feel like a comedy trailer, I'm always like, I want to laugh at a comedy trailer, but I can hear all the sound editing and shit, and it's just.
Yeah.
Also, the CGI piece of meat going into his mouth threw me off. I was like, we can't do practical anymore. I don't know.
You would have to choreograph that meat for hours, or put it on a string.
I love Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Like, a lot. I don't know any of her music. But have you seen her on SNL?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Fucking brilliant. Like,
very funny.
Yes, she's amazing in the Wicked movies, and her comedic timing and emotional performance is great in Wicked, of course. it was SNL that really showed me like, man, this girl's got variety, and she's so fucking good. So just her in a comedy really excites me. And John Hamburg, he recently helmed the show Stick, an Apple TV show that I thought was great. Owen Wilson's the star of it, really funny, has a lot of heart. And Love You Man is one of my favorite comedies like John of all time. And yeah, this trailer was like, looks better than the third one.
Yes, I would agree. Little Fockers is a movie.
Yeah.
It does exist.
I mean, it does seem like it's going more for like sketch moments. I think part of what makes Meet the Parents so great and Meet the Fockers like carry that on in its own way is the uncomfortableness.
Yes.
It's like uncomfortable tension.
Yeah.
And this trailer didn't have that. That was the main thing I was kind of like, this seemed more like sketch comedy stuff.
Yeah.
And bits, and I'm sure it's going to be fine and tempered and probably better than what the trailer is leading on. But that's what I really wanted. It was like the uncomfortable, and like the more you can position. Normally, it's Ben Stiller, Greg Focker, who's like stuck in that position.
Yeah.
But I think that's like one of the earmarks of what makes a Meet the Parents movie a Meet the Parents movie.
Yeah, cringe comedy.
Yeah, it's like how uncomfortable of a situation can you make this?
Yeah.
And this didn't quite like when she falls on the bike. That's kind of like the closest it comes to it. And I like her being a foil that is unexpected. Instead of her just trying to get the approval and he's just becoming, Robert De Niro. I like how it still found a way to keep him Greg Focker, who's like the one who's being misunderstood, and her possibly being a little villainous. I like that. So yeah, there's like, it's got its potential, but in terms of the trailer, like the things that I was kind of hoping to, the things that I feel like make Meet the Parents wasn't quite there, other than like, yeah, the cast is here. But this, it hasn't veered into dirty grandpa territory or something like that,
Not seen that, but I heard it's not great.
But that vibe of a De Niro comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The De Niro comedies you haven't watched, but you know the vibe.
Yeah.
Grudge Match, Dirty Grandpa. Those like fucking comedies that he does. You're like, I'm never going to watch this because they all look and feel the same.
They're all half predicated on like, look what we got Robert De Niro to agree to do. Whereas, I feel like the charm of the first couple movies is that there is an ensemble that you actually do care about, and on top of the cringe. It's like the cringe is there, but the heart does underlie that.
Yeah.
And so, if you can get the ensemble really all firing. And it looks like, do we have...
Everyone's back except for I didn't see Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand.
I was wondering about them because I liked Meet the Fockers way more than I expected to. So I mean, I am a little bummed if they're not in it, but I'm excited to see what Beanie Feldstein and Argyle add to the mix as well. I think they're fun. And having Greg in this weird middle position between who he used to be and who he has been up against for so much time, like could be very interesting if they're making this, like a character piece too.
And like Meet the Fockers and Little Fockers kept referencing like, it's like, okay, we get it, the joke, we know the jokes,
yes, guys,
we know the references. And I do appreciate this trailer wasn't heavily reliant on like the circle of trust, but they don't. It's not overly like, remember the last few movies?
It's forging new ground.
Those callbacks are within the realm of the character and it's part of their lives. So like Circle of Trust or the eyes thing makes sense to bring back. Whereas like if they have to have another milking conversation, maybe that a little bit more, like member berry-ish.
All right, well, that's it for Meet the Fockers. Yeah, you guys don't know how to have fun.
I love it.
That's how we do it.
So excited.
Let's watch The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
Woo!
Aww.
It's just like Yoda. We've all heard stories of the Mandalorian bounty hunter and a child.
Looks clean.
I only hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
Oh! Fuck. I can't believe
Call Michael.
Preventing another war.
Sigourney. Everywhere in the galaxy.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor first.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
Cool.
Good luck.
Zeb!
Hey.
Good lord.
I'm a freak! Hey. Yeah!
Oh, the horrible baby. It's a bad baby.
My bad baby! Bad baby.
Ooh, punch it.
We need a professional.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Hang on to your butts.
You're not there to protect him.
Ah. Oh. Oh, you look bad.
Ambo! It's his name. Fucking hell.
Go.
Cool.
Oh,
no,
it's
it's against the rules. You gotta get baptized again.
Whoa.
Monsters.
Is that freaking Jeremy Allen White?
The young. And then the young.
Wow.
Protect the old.
Oh man, what if they kill him off?
It's time.
Razor Crest has yellow on it.
Yeah, look at them stripes.
It was good.
Are you scared? You should be.
Who's that? Who's that black lizard?
Whose voice?
This is the way.
This is the way.
I'm sure it'll be
Nice.
fun.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
All right. This looks like fun. This looks like a good time. I haven't seen the Mando show in some time since the finale of the season 3 ended, but yeah, it's it looks, it's so funny because the show itself is already such a high budget show, so it looks good. So it's like, okay, we're just watching a big screen version of the thing that already looks like the TV version of the thing. But you know, I loved the characters in those first few seasons, in those first couple seasons, and I'm just excited to see more of their journey. It didn't like it didn't like blow my mind, but it looks very fun, and I am excited for more fun, for more just adventures in the Star Wars world. I feel like we're able to, yeah, just enjoy more Grogu, and you know, I'm happy that he's meeting the Boba Frick alien race, and I'm excited for what all those shenanigans that are going to ensue. Is it going to move the Star Wars needle forward? I don't know, but I think it'll be a fun time. And that's what I feel.
I love your feelings.
Thank you,
John.
You know, when you come through, when you're leaving Star Tours, right, and you see all the different posters on the wall of like, come visit Endor, come visit Hoth. You know, it's like kind of like you're in the travel agency of the Star Wars galaxy.
Sure.
That's kind of what this feels like in movie form. In a way, I kind of am currently finding very charming. I'm a little divorced at the moment from like the connectivity and the legacy and all the heft that comes with being a Star Wars. And I would say that this trailer, at least, was a pretty fun smorgasbord of like, oh, this looks like what I know of the animated shows. This looks like a bunch of the different places that are fun and iconic, which you could also, you know, argue is perhaps lazy. There's a lot of familiar stuff in here, but as just kind of like a sample platter with these very, you know, anthologically inclined characters. I don't think that's a bad thing to be able to do. And, you know, as like kind of a weird interstitial connected but not connected thing, I'm kind of looking forward to this a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
as of now, as of this
now, I mean, it is a genuinely fun trailer.
Yeah.
It's a fun trailer. And if I'm just speaking on my own opinion, I'm like, I'm down for just a good time. You know? And
it's not breaking the mold.
I think what the thing is, some people want, and that's going to be fine for some people, and I think there's this other camp, which I also connect with too, is like wanting something that hits a little bit more with some type of heft or impact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like right now they have this Darth Maul show airing, which is like breaking new ground for Star Wars animation. It's like really, it's beautiful. I'm pretty sure they do like actual matte paintings. It's like fucking gorgeous and dark. It's dark as hell. And Mandalorian show seemed to sing the highest when they would actually, like, as cute as Grogu is, it seemed to sing the highest whenever they were taking it like really serious and like a little darker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even some of the highlights of season 3, which was their weaker season, and some of their stronger episodes led more into that. And it's like, I guess this isn't feeling like it is just like, if you want to, that's the only thing with the sale of this. It's like, if you want to just have like a fun adventure, go watch it, you know? And I want to have a fun adventure, so I want to watch this movie, but I'm not, and because it does have like the hodgepodge of, if you watch like Clone Wars has that mix where some episodes are just super fun and campy, and then some episodes are super dark and serious. And it seems like when Star Wars is a real conversation is when it can have that, when it's not just like a passive fun time. And right now, this is more of like a passive fun time. You know, it's not feeling like essential to the Star Wars experience.
Sure.
And Mandalorian has sort of sold itself as an essential part to the Star Wars canon. They insert themselves with Rebels characters, Clone Wars characters in the main timeline. They set up Ahsoka. They do a lot of things that make them feel essential. And then this movie is not quite feeling like it's setting up something essential, when Star Wars, I think, thrives when it feels like there's an installment that feels essential, you know?
Especially in movie form.
Especially in movie form, you know? So that's just sort of where I'm at. Like, I'm sure it's going to be, again, the best you could say is it's going to be a fun, good time with some cameos and Easter eggs that we're going to enjoy that I'm sure are going to fit into the canon in some enjoyable way. Like seeing Zeb in live action more sounds like a great time. He's a main character in Rebels. So to get all this, cool.
Yeah, this is gonna be great in 40X.
It will. It probably would be.
You know, that's what this is made for.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Get the fog of Dagobah on you.
Yeah. I still don't quite know what the plot is.
I'm not sure either. It looks like kind of a bunch of little quests
And
all
it's
mushed into one.
It's weird because I get what you're feeling there, and it's like it's almost like, I don't even know if it's the inverse, but like, you know how like animes have like ongoing series and they have the movie supposed to be like the big bad thing, and like
a special arc.
It's a special arc, but this just feels like the fun, non-consequential version of that.
Yeah.
This is like when your favorite comic book takes a break and just releases a compendium all at once without doing the issue by issue thing.
Yeah, like I have a feeling like if they were to make a Mando season 4, you wouldn't need to watch the Mando movie to enjoy season 4.
Well, they wanted to make Mando season 4, and then they had to like make this movie. Then they made this movie instead, so they had to like truncate a lot of their storyline down and just figure out a way to make a feature film story.
Oh, fascinating.
Pivot.
Which is, which you always want to hear when you're making one of these.
That's always what you want to hear. Well, it does look kind of like a season of TV. It looks like a bunch of episodic moments pushed together.
But then sometimes we want to watch an episode of television like you saw Stranger Things 5 in the theaters, and you seem like you really enjoyed having that experience in the theaters. And a lot of people who saw it in the theaters seem to actually like the season finale way more than everyone who saw it at home or on a television. And so perhaps, and I remember seeing the second trailer of this for some movie in IMAX. I forget which one, but I remember seeing that trailer and being like, wow, there's a lot more enjoyable. And the trailer was way more enjoyable and exciting to see in the theater. It made me go like, oh, I see the appeal of watching this on the big screen. Whereas whenever I see these on the television, I'm not like, I have to see this on the big screen. I'm still like, I'm willing to wait and react to it. Whereas I can't believe I was in that for a Star Wars movie. But when I see it in the theaters, I'm like, oh, it actually probably would be pretty cool to see this in the theaters.
Well, and because now there's so few lines between TV streaming and a movie, this movie's in an odd position because everyone knows it as a streaming thing that's now being a movie.
Yeah.
In the age where being a movie doesn't mean as much as it used to mean. So.
Yeah, odd spot. But anyway, that's it for those trailers. Hey, let's go watch, we'll travel back in time to the video with Andrew.
And then you can watch this on a never-ending Ouroboros time loop of
Yes.
advertising.
I'm going to transform into Andrew. What's the word? What's the word he says?
Hadouken!
All right. It's a short one. It's super short. Let's watch it, guys.
Oh, boy.
Maybe we'll finally get to use it.
2 years, okay.
Third drop. Repeat. Abort third drop.
Wow, this is an English trailer. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, my.
That's a tease. I like.
Oh. Coming to America.
Oh, my God. What? Wait, that was from -0 at the end? I was confused. I guess so. Whoa. What is going on?
Yeah, I mean,
crazy. It's so crazy how this Godzilla movie had such a cultural impact.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Andrew? I mean, yeah. Well,
yeah, I mean
come on, baby.
Well,
come on, bring it, baby.
That first movie, I mean, it had the emotions, the weight, and you can already feel that in this one. And I'm loving the dramatization, but Godzilla looks freaking bigger than the first movie, and Also, I mean, just from that shot right there with the plane, but also too, just as he's walking past, you can see the Statue of Liberty literally rumbling right there. It's just, I fear for everyone in this one. I'm excited. Like the visuals look incredible, but I think the first, like I said, the thing that really resonated with me in the first one was the drama and the emotion that I felt from that movie. I really was so impacted. So that's the thing I'm most looking forward to. But I remember too the budget was so, I don't think they had a huge budget on that first one. So I'm excited to see what they do. I don't know what the budget is either on this one, but that's what made me feel so like impressed with the first one, was how much they were able to stretch their creative brains with such a limited budget. So I'm excited. This looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just in the short tease.
You hear it. Andrew reviewed the first one and kept saying he wants to see that here. I'd love to see it. John, what'd you think?
I am cautiously optimistic. I mean, this looks cool,
Cautiously,
and it's
he's
only
negative.
40%. It's only like 40 seconds. Well, it's
minus on his thoughts.
I am curious about what they're doing here, because there's that whole shot where you're up in the sky and there's that blue lightning electricity, and this looks, the first movie left me with the impression of like this is a wartime drama, but what if Godzilla? And this looks more like What If Godzilla, but war movie full on, which is a perfectly legitimate thing to do, obviously.
Yeah.
And I love what the production values are looking like. I am very curious, however, what this image means, because it looks very like neon and of a different kind of flavor than I associate with Minus One. So I'm like excited for them to flex and grow what their tone is, but I'm also like curious how monster-versy that could or could not be.
True.
Given that they're going to America and we like stuff bigger and more neon.
I think the thing I like to see in movies and TV shows, especially when you got the same team back, I think that you got the same writer and director back, is not doing the same formulas as in the first film. So I'm excited to see that different approach as well. I mean, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, they are completely different movies, but they both work so well in tandem with each other. So,
well, we have returning characters, which is crazy to me, because it's like, did Godzilla follow them? Is this Jaws the Revenge?
Best movie ever.
There you go.
I love that movie.
I'm back on board. Godzilla plus one.
There's a voodoo curse of some kind.
I don't know. The first one has so much goodwill, and it's like, this movie has to be cinema. It can't just be like Godzilla cool movie. It's kind of like what I've heard about the Train to Busan films. Like the first one's cinema, and the second one's like zombie movie. You know?
Sure.
And so I understand what you guys are saying. Like it has to be. It still has to have the emotional heft and weight. But in terms of like a visual appeal, yeah, Godzilla looks mad, and she wants more. Anyway, what did you guys think of that look? I think we go to a much smaller scale now. We
Let's
go
do it.
minus Hunger Games.
Minus Hunger.
We go backer in timer as we go to see Haymitch in his younger years.
Oh, my boy.
Andrew, are you ready?
I am ready
see
to
the
see
next prequel sequel film of the Hunger Games.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Haymitch Abernathy.
Looks just like Woody Harrelson.
I bet I know a thing or two about you. You love her and she loves you.
Oh,
that is the Hunger Games.
But now you are on your own.
Always being separated from the one they love.
Feel the elements.
Is Karen Culkin? Yeah.
Quarter quell.
You have no
That is Glenn Close. Yeah.
Oh my.
for you. Twice the number of tributes.
Oh, the guy
Is that
from
McKenna Grace?
McKenna Grace, yeah, and the guy from The Long Walk too.
Could save your life.
Clement.
Hold us back. Big smile.
Oh, I love her.
Drink it.
I confess to having a moment.
Are there more celebrities in this one?
Think about the games having 100% more competitors than usual.
Whoa! Hell yeah.
From what I've seen, they're 100% stupid as usual.
It is so colorful.
Has all the power.
Why do you submit to it all? If we can stop the game,
Maya?
we can stop the capital too.
Wowie.
It's a killing machine,
I do love the design in this one.
but all machines can be broken.
Robin!
Oh, Maya Hawke.
And make them remember you.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
chariot
cool.
battles.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I was sick of living in fear. Just surviving.
Giving some Ben-Hur vibes.
We're not animals to kill for their entertainment.
If you disobey me, you open the bloodbath with the longest.
No, we're going IMAX framing. We're going IMAX shots, people.
Oh no.
IMAX.
And may the odds be.
He almost said the thing.
Cheeky
He
Dr.
almost did.
Kelson.
President Snow. The most coveted role in all of film history.
Like a who's who in the movie.
That's right. Only great actors play President Snow.
Well, Francis Lawrence had that. And so in Hunger Games Catching Fire, there's not an IMAX frame until she starts ascending into the game, and then it goes in IMAX frame slowly, then the whole game is in IMAX. So that's kind of what it reminded me of there. But dang, man, that was a colorful trailer with a lot of violence and a lot of Hunger Gamesy stuff. John, I'm going to you first.
Let's do this.
What do you think about young Woody Harrelson?
I love him. I didn't realize this movie had a main protagonist based off like the first trailer, but then again, the first trailer was also during, I think, a stream, and I was focused on other things. So like, it's cool to know that this is the Haymitch movie specifically, and not just this new ensemble that includes McKenna Grace and a bunch of other people. I like Haymitch as Woody Harrelson. I'm, interested in this guy. I feel like they kind of buried him in a lot of other people. So I don't know how, like, super confident they are in, like, him being a breakout versus Jennifer Lawrence being a breakout. But, this, I'm curious about.
That is true. Everyone else did look cooler. And more exciting to watch it. It's true.
That is the thing. I want to shade this guy.
Woody Harrelson is such a big personality, and then you get a younger Woody Harrelson. That's a good point.
Yeah, and so and I love what this looks like by and large. Actually, this is one of the most appealing Hunger Games trailers I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But yeah, I'm rooting for me to love young Haymitch.
I'm curious. Yeah. I'm curious if after I see the movie, I'm sure I'm probably gonna like it. But if I'm gonna feel, should they have de-aged Woody Harrelson or just gone with this version?
They should definitely have de-aged.
I will never. I think they should have recast everyone, but de-aged Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. But having said that, Haymitch is one of my favorite characters in the Hunger Games. I do
rank all 5 of your favorite characters in the Hunger Games
right now.
Rue,
Haymitch, and Haymitch. No, Haymitch, I appreciate how hardened he is, and I mean we know he was in the Hunger Games. Obviously, we got dialogue from that, and we heard how he described the games. But now actually getting to see I think it's going to add some depth and some layers to that, and I'm glad that we're going to get to see it. Although there's going to be a lot of horror and atrocity that leads to that, but I am cautionally going into this as well because. I don't know, man. Woody Harrelson, like you guys said, he is a big personality, and it's kind of like for me too, where if they were to do Jaws and have someone playing like Quint or something, it's a really tough role to have to. It's a lot of pressure on an actor, and what I worry about is this actor's gonna have to not make it his own and kind of have to follow Woody Harrelson, but it also is the young version before he became where he is as Haymitch in that time. So I think that's one thing he's got going for him is this is the before, so he can still make it his own in that, if that makes sense, in that he doesn't have to copy Woody Harrelson's performance from the aftermath.
I want him to do a Woody.
Yeah, you just want him to do an impersonation the whole time. But
the other thing is Woody talks really specific.
Yeah, but like I said, he's hardened. He's an alcoholic now from the PTSD that he's experienced. So I'm
going to see the origin of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But this looks good. It looks exciting. I'm genuinely curious as to where the exploration besides this is going to go. What other story are you going to tell here? But we'll see.
I don't know. I just want another Hunger Games.
Yeah,
I want kids killing each other. And it's weird because a lot of the colors of the characters are not so colored, they're a little muted on the characters, but the surrounding settings are very saturated, which I actually like that as an aesthetic choice, this inversion of falsification of how this is all like some media glamour thing at the same time. Yeah. So there's a lot like visually, and I feel like Francis Lawrence, he got to have a break with doing like the fact that he does movies in between these Hunger Games films allows him to come back with a fresh perspective here. So I'm excited to see what goes on here. And the surrounding cast, there's, like I said, there's so many famous people in this movie. Like there's famous people in the other ones, but this is like a whole crazy ensemble here.
Yeah.
It's like you got Kieran I'm just going off the top of my head. I don't even like a cast list. Kieran Culkin, you have Glenn Close, you got Ray Fiennes, you got McKenna Grace, you got Elle Fanning, you got Maya Hawke.
You got that kid from The Long Walk.
John's favorite actor from The Long Walk.
I think I saw Lily Taylor in here, by the way, too.
Andrew's favorite actor, Lily Taylor from Daredevil Born Again. And then you got like other people here. I mean, the Haymitch story being torn away from a woman he loves.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Woody Harrelson thing. I know Woody Harrelson didn't invent this character. It's from a book. We keep comparing him to Woody Harrelson. He doesn't have to do. He's not obligated to do like him arcing into Woody Harrelson. It's not like fucking Ray Fiennes has to become fucking Donald Sutherland. You know.
Something that struck me watching this actually that I will give to its favor is I think that I was watching this going, oh yeah, I could see how
Jesse Plemons too. My God,
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
I could see how just based off what they're showing us here, because this is being billed. I feel like the Hunger Games is often the main character, and then a bunch of other people are adorned upon that to support the ever-evolving games.
Yeah.
And this seems like another one of those, like, oh, it's an unprecedented Hunger Games where nothing will ever be the same. And thus I was like, oh, I can see how this would specifically be like a decent time to check in with the character to spin off and see like what Haymitch went through that would give him especially good insight into what Katniss goes through later.
Yeah.
And that struck me while watching this. That's good.
Well,
and he was also one of the biggest pieces of bringing him and Peeta, or her and Peeta together too. So I feel like a lot of that stems from the loss that he had to deal with here. So I think that's what is going to add depth to those films. So I'm going to be interested after I watch this to go back to the originals as well. And look,
Lloyd
Christmas.
Dude, 50-second mark in the trailer. All right, guys.
I knew you knew I was.
Which district is Lloyd from?
Well, guys, what did you think about this trailer? Let's move on to other ones now.
More trailers.
I'm sure we're going to look the exact same, and I'm sure Andrew's not going to look like somebody else.
Nope.